we are in exit mode. So I want to just make it an entry mode, so I said that morning. Once again, morning friends. Morning. Morning. Yeah. Fine. To start with my introduction, myself Girish Khandelwal from Chennai, representing Hamara Planner. So before moving forward, I just start with a small story. There was a competition held in a school. Totally 12 participants were there. Among that, the topic was given, explain the life history of Chanakyas. 11 of them started their oral competitions, and everyone given various details about Chanakyas. Now the last participant turns comes around, and he give a 15 seconds of explanation, and he win the prize. Can you tell me what he told?
He does.
Actually, the presentation was for 5 minutes. Last participant came, he just given 15-second presentation, and he was the winner. Yeah, please, sir.
Whatever everybody else has said, summarize what I
Yeah,
want to say.
rightly. So again, so it is very tough to give a first presentation and a last presentation, because many of the times the first presentation start with what to say, and the last presentation also ends up what to say. So I will just go forward. So this is about myself. I'll just on this side. Started my career from a background of computer science, and then moved on into financial industry in the year 2009. A sudden change. Why that sudden change comes? I was actually selected in the Infosys campus, but that was a time in 2008. There was a recession period. Immediately Infosys sent a letter, due to recession, your recruitment has postponed to 1 year. And that was 2009. I started my career as an entrepreneur, because I don't want to wait for an Infosys letter. Again, they are saying that, okay, after 1 year, you have to wait again 1 more year. So that made me to think on entrepreneurial skills. Then I have done my MBA graduate along with CFP, honored by FPSB India. And I service among various category of clients from medium, small, ultra HNI, HNI, NRI, and various categories. So I have done couple of workshop in schools, colleges, hospitals, and I specialize in the 4 sectors. One is personal finance, taxation, and wealth management, and investor education program. So my journey from CFP aspirant to CFP practitioner. 2009, again, a small thing I had missed out. When the Infosys letter was not come, I made my mind to join HSBC. I have joined HSBC, and I worked as an assistant credit officer for only 6 months. And after 6 months, I quit the job and kept a footmark in the financial industry and founded the firm named of Future Investment Security and Services. Now it is known as a Hamara Planner. Why the name has been changed? Because as per the SEBI guidelines, the word securities should not be used when we form a firm, because for that minimum paid up capital is 1 crore is required. So that made us to change the name from FISS to Hamara Planner. And 2011, that was a turning point for as a company and as an individual. Why? From 2009 to 2011, I acted as a product seller. Started my career in the insurance industry, then slowly added a mutual fund basket, then again slowly added the FD basket. Till then I was just talking the language of investment. But 2011 Jan, I made myself into investor advisor. Many times what happens, we just talk on the investment language. How much returns would get, the product is this will give this much. We never talk on an investor language. So that made me my mind. So 2011 March, again, I started that, okay, now I am working for the client. So how I can survive? So started a fee of 500 rupees. So many of you who were given presentation or they are from well background or experience in various firm, they have a good network, so they might have started with 10, 15, 20, whatever thing. But I have started with only 500 rupees. So what? Then what happens?
See, morning discussion was how to charge 15-20,000.
Yeah, fine. That is what.
You are better than those two.
Fine. So now, yeah. Why I have kept 500 rupees? There is one reason is there. Great reason is that because I used to meet 3 clients per day. Initially, what happened? I have trained by my trainer was from Max New York. There's one fact sheet is there. A simple one-page fact sheet. I used to start with that fact sheet. I used to present all the have a questionnaire and give a one-sheet fact sheet, and end of the discussion I used to present that. Many times what happened, okay, I was very young. My age was, when I started this, my age was around 23 years.
So
now 27. So at that time what happened, okay, people felt, okay, your advice was well, but they ignored me.
because you are very young.
Why very young, that's right. So they ignored me. So then what happened then, okay, I spent this much time with that client, then what need to be done? So then I started, okay, at least my petrol convenience should be bad. So I started with the 500 rupees. Not in the sense that I have to make money through my financial planning. Now again, by charging 500 rupees, I have few challenges. What is what that? Whether people will pay for my advice? With just 500 rupees. Again, because I felt many of the clients ask the same questions. And if they pay me advice, why they have to pay me? Right? If they are even paying, the money is not a matter. 500, 5,000, 10,000 or even 15,000, that does not matter. But for that money, what I deliver? And do I have any credential to charge this fee? And do I have a set of process that how I will, what would my process workflow would be there? So a lot of questions came into my mind. Does the profession would be valued in coming years? Again, these were all questions running in the mind. So at that time what I made my mind, okay, I have googled in a lot of information from website and got to know that, oh, there is some certification called CFP. So once we do that certification, people will pay me as I want. So I have
Too much greedy, okay.
so now, okay, fine, I got the door, okay, there is some door is there, okay, fine. Then what happens? What is that line written? Apni akal lagao. When I Google the CFP, I list there was a list of institution which provided CFP course. One of the famous institution where I have taken this course and joined there, but I realized this word, कि दिखावे पे मत जाओ, अपनी अकल लगाओ. So how that? Because from 2011, from 2012, I have attempted totally 6 attempts, and all the attempts I failed.
Module exam?
Model exam. All the 6 attempts I was failed. Now because even I don't know how to use that financial calculator. Because they taught me something and I went something, so...
So you built strong fundamentals.
Sorry?
You have built strong fundamentals.
So, and finally in the 2012 September, met with an accident.
ऐसे दिखता नहीं.
By meeting Keyur Shah at Bangalore. So after Chennai.
What? By meeting Keyur Shah, you met with accident.
Yeah, accident. I will just reveal. So there, see,
I thought you met him by accident. But
no, it was an accident. Why? Because there were
which is accident?
See,
meeting him is an accident.
Yep.
After meeting him, you get an accident.
Please let him continue.
So year 2013 Feb, I cleared my CFP with the guidance of Keyur Shah. So for that, I just want to convey a great thanks and as well as a great applause from my side.
Yes, FPSP only issuing the certificate. Huh?
Yeah, FPSP India.
They are only issuing.
Yeah.
तो सर्टिफिकेट देकर के 500 रह रहे.
Now अभी
एक्सीडेंट
एक्सीडेंट तो हो गया, जैसे आपने कहा एक्सीडेंट तो हो गया, लेकिन एक्सीडेंट के पीछे कुछ इंजरी भी हुई. What was that injuries?
That is not for your injury, your customers.
Anyway, it's a beneficial for both of us. So within 6
Keyur
months.
Shah की एक बार फीस दिया, customer का बार.
So within 6 months, I have increased 7,500 and now I am charging 12,000 plus AUA fee.
So
That is, AUA is nothing but asset under advisory, which is 1% on annual basis.
Great.
Now my average ticket size is 55,000 per month. That is, any client I meet, if I do a planning, the commitment which I get from my client is 50,000 per month. And currently, totally 8 crores I have. 8 crores. 8 crores.
What is the SIP book size?
SIP book size near about 8 lakhs.
Very good.
And my highest ticket size is 2.5 lakh from a client per month. SIP. It's not a SIP, sorry, it's not mutual fund only. SIP in the sense monthly commitment. It can be equity, it can be stock, it can be anything.
Finally वो गिरीश को दे रहे.
Yeah. So, learned the real financial mathematics. What is the regards to personal finance? 5-step process. So that is again what great thing I learned from Keyur sir is that when before that I used to have a software. I take a printout, I just give a data, one 5-pager sheet comes out. But what difficulty I find, I don't know how to explain that. Earlier what happens, some X formula, the 8 digits figure comes out, but I don't know how that 8-digit figures comes out. So, but the Keyur sir process, 5-step process, that helped me to just give explanations on how that results has come around. From 120 clients to 40 families. Normally what happens, people see the number will be increasing it once they develop something, but here something reverse has happened. Earlier what happened, I used to just do a salesman job. Whenever the client calls me, okay, I have some surplus, just give me advice. I used to suggest some insurance, some mutual fund product. But now I'm handling the complete 40 families. It's not only related to investment, taxation, anything related to personal finance, they call me.
तो इनका सेशन आपने प्री लंच पे रखना था, आधे लोग चले गए. You would have got answers for.
So there are few master strokes from in this business. What are the master strokes? Don't be puppet. You know what is puppet? एक आदमी के हाथ में होता है. Right? Sorry. Yeah. So practice to say no. कई बार क्या होता है कि lot of time we shake our head on all the investors or the clients' questions. हो जाएगा सर, कर दूंगा सर, हो जाएगा पक्का पक्का सर, अभी आ रहा हूँ सर, बाजू में ही हूँ आपके, मतलब आपके ऑफिस के बाहर ही हूँ सर. We deliver, we are not practiced to say no because we fear that अगर मैं no कहूँगा तो ये चला हाथ से चला जाएगा. So from my experience, what I have learned that even I have rejected many of clients. Why? Because they have demanded such thing which I can't deliver. So in that way, the first thing is that practice to say no. Acid test. Acid test क्या है? Client के चेहरे पे जाके acid नहीं डालना है.
Confirmation test.
Sorry?
It's a confirmation test.
So what I used to normally, what practically I used to do when the interaction start with, तो जब engagement letter के बारे में हो जाता है, what I deliver, what the client expectation. The second question I ask, whether you will be paying me 1 crore as a fee. What would be your answer?
No.
No. Okay, fine. Now even the client say no. Okay. Then I ask the second question. Okay, how much percentage will you be ready to pay me from the profit? Any guess? Any answer from your side if you were a client? अगर आपको मैं कहूँ कि okay fine आपका मैं business कर रहा हूँ कि
आप पूछेगा तो 2%.
2%,
कोई
right?
पूछेगा तो 5%.
So here 1 crore means if I'm managing 100 crores,
5 crores is yours.
100 crores का 2% कितना हुआ?
2 crores.
मैं कितना ले रहा हूँ?
1 crore.
1 करोड़ तो आप पहले तो बोल रहे थे कि नहीं दूंगा.
मेरा 50 करोड़ होगा तो
50 that is a different question. That for that a different answer is that 50 करोड़ कब होगा? 100 करोड़ एक साथ में नहीं होगा. it takes time.
Right.
So what my intention was that whether to break that ice, because many time what happened 1% बोलूँगा ना, what initially what I used to sell 1%. जब एक साल हो जाता था, client का fees आता था 30,000 रुपए for asset under advisory. He said 30,000. मैं बोला नहीं sir 1% तो पहले agreement बने, वो मैंने सोचा था 1% on profit. That means if I am managing 1 lakh and client gets 10,000, on 10,000 he will pay me 1%.
100.
So from my experience, I made this test and I added in my process. And the next thing is that power of references. So many of my clients, that is among these 40 families, directly I met only 20 families. The rest of 20 families by reference. So that is the power of reference. So I would recommend or suggest that give 80% time to your existing client. Don't run behind the new client, because existing clients surely they will give you another set of clients. So learning methodologies, a few learning methodologies which I learned from Keyur Shah was a multi-way approach. That is, one angle is from theoretical side during the course of education, and the second is practical in the professional life. Next is simplifying the mathematical jargons. कई बार क्या होता है कि clients का data इतना बड़ा होता है कि देख के confusion हो जाते हैं. वो कहता है कि for example yesterday I met one of Bangalorean client. वहाँ पे क्या हुआ? He asked me a question that I had a property which is an ancestral property. I sold that property. Now what would be the capital gains on that? मैंने कहा सर ancestral property है, क्या इंडेक्सेशन आएगा, वो बेनिफिट आ जाएगा, ये सब होगा. मैंने कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन पूछा, फिर उसने एक और क्वेश्चन डाल दिया कि as per document it is gifted but I have paid the money. तो वापस एक और कंफ्यूजन हो गया कि अभी ये भी कंफ्यूजन आ गया. ठीक है फाइन, मैंने कहा कि ओके इसके लिए ये होगा. उसने कहा वापस अभी कहा कि मैंने उस पर कुछ खर्चा किया है, दैट इज इम्प्रूवमेंट कॉस्ट. मैं वो कब किया है सर? वो अभी 2 साल पहले किया है. उसके लिए कुछ रिकॉर्ड्स है? कुछ रिकॉर्ड नहीं है. सो व्हाट हैपेंस, लॉट ऑफ टाइम व्हेन वी सी अ क्वेश्चन इट लुक्स लाइक अ सिंपल, but when we go in detail there would be a lot of jargon. So but this entire Keyur Shah process helped me to give an answer to that. And the third thing would be Keyur Shah is he act as a mentor for student and as well as for a profession in the professional life also, because I have completed in 2013, but still I am in touch with Keyur Shah all the time. Whatever queries he used to clarify me in a simple way without hesitating and demanding anything. And what would be my suggestion, that if we follow Keyur Shah's methodology, surely the result would be 100%. So there is no doubt in that. Now, according to my experience, 6 years experience, there is only 2 barriers in this life journey of CFP. What is the 2 barriers? It's a great challenge for advisor to become from advisor centric to client centric. कई बार क्या होता है, because now whoever being a practitioner, before that they would be selling some mutual fund, they would be selling some insurance, something. वो कहते हैं ना कि दिमाग में फिर भी कुछ ना कुछ बेचने की आदत तो होती है, वो जाती नहीं है. मतलब anyhow our mind says that no, what benefit I would get. So the great barrier is that first we have to be on a client centric way. So it takes time and it's need lot of efforts to become from advisor centric to client centric. Again, the next challenge is this. It's a great challenge for client to become from client centric to advisor centric. Now you have become advisor centric to client centric, but again there is one more great challenge, is that whether the client is becoming from client centric to advisor centric, you are creating wealth for your client. Whether your client is thinking about your growth, if not, then make a full stop. So that's what I would say. Now the next thing is that in our profession, lot of can and can'ts is there. Now many times whenever we meet a client or whenever we have a discussion with, from morning I am seeing that everybody is talking about कि फीस कैसे मिलेगी, फीस देंगे कि नहीं है, लेकिन किसी ने भी ये नहीं पूछा कि क्लाइंट के लिए क्या करना चाहिए. Everybody कहते हैं कि फीस लेने में तकलीफ हो रही है, I am not able to get this fees, there was lot, बस किसी ने ये सवाल नहीं पूछा कि क्लाइंट को कैसे और बेहतर एडवाइस दे सके. So many times what happens, we talk on this. कई बार क्या होता है कि हम जो भी बात करते हैं, we talk on the language of returns, which is not in our control. What is in our control? Risk. That means client की risk हमको पता है कि उसको क्या क्या risk है. What are the risks associated with the client? We can plan according to this risk profiling. Then cost. We can control this cost by giving our valuable inputs, time and emotion. ये सारी चीज हम कर सकते हैं. We can control this, but we can't this. But maintain what happened. We give time on this. 80% time we give on this return कि कैसे client का पैसा बढ़ाए, which is not in our control. The only control we have on that other 4 things. So why? So it beats me why you rarely focus on this. And so now I had something for you. Could you see this? What is this? It's a great matchbox I have brought from Chennai. It cost 1,000 rupees. किसको चाहिए? 1,000 rupees.
Depends on what is inside.
That's how I would say. 1,000 rupees.
Stating it is a great.
1,001. Oh, great. Anybody else? 1,000? 1,100. Anybody else?
लेना पड़ेगा.
लेना पड़ेगा अभी कैश है.
अभी सब लोग बंद है.
ओके. और कितने लोग स्मोक करते हैं?
नहीं करते.
आप करते हैं?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Completely.
Nobody. ओके. तालियां होनी चाहिए.
तो मैच बॉक्स बेच रहा है इसलिए कोई नहीं उठा.
ओ महंगा मैच बॉक्स हो जाएगा. ओके फाइन. आई विल जस्ट गो इनटू द क्राउड. एक मिनट. डोंट. नाउ सिर्फ 2 जनों ने बोली लगाई थी, बाकी सब चुप थे. एवरीबडी वाज साइलेंट बिकॉज कि 50 पैसे का मैच बॉक्स के लिए क्यों 100 रुपए देके खरीदना है. सर आप 100 रुपए में लेंगे? हाँ. फाइन. नाउ द पर्सन हु वाज नॉट रेडी टू बाय एट इवन 1 rupee, नाउ ही से दैट ही विल बाय एट 100 rupees. नाउ नेक्स्ट. प्लीज.
200 रुपया क्या? 202 रुपया बोले.
सर आप 300 रुपए में खरीदेंगे सर?
पक्का.
फाइन. फाइन.
मैंने 500 रखा है ना. मैंने 500 रखा है ना अभी.
हाँ, उसका भी जवाब मिल जाएगा सर. उसका भी जवाब मिल जाएगा. उसका भी 300 रुपए में सर. तो पहले क्या हुआ था कि 1 रुपए में भी खरीदने के लिए मन नहीं कर
नहीं
रहा था.
वो एक असर में कर नहीं करता
नहीं,
है.
वो तो 2 लोग थे. बाकी लोगों की बात हो रही है ना. आप भी बोल सकते थे ना.
ये कितना लोगों को भेजेगा?
नहीं वो जी आप खरीदो.
ये
मेरे पास एक मैच बॉक्स है. बैग पूरा 4 मैच बॉक्स है. चाहिए तो अभी देता हूँ.
पहले दिखाना था. वो पहले दिखाना था.
फाइन. या
भाई मेरे मारवाड़ी है खुशी में.
ठीक है एक काम करता हूँ मैं और 12 लेके आता हूँ. मुझे उसमें आधा देना मेरा.
सर विल यू बाय एट 600 rupees?
Yes.
ओके फाइन. क्या बाजू में जाते ही सब लोग पैसा बोल रहे हैं.
1,000 की नोट.
So yeah, of course. इसके अंदर 1000 की नोट है. So what my point is that lot of time client is at that side, we are an advisor at this side. पहले मैंने मैच बॉक्स बताया था. आप मुझे पैसे देने के लिए तैयार थे? नहीं थे. जब मैं आपके पास आया, when I showed my value, what happens?
100 रुपया देने के लिए
मैंने 1000 का वैल्यू बताया लेकिन मांगा 200 रुपए. You were ready to pay. So that was the financial planning life. So लोग
पहले 1000 देने को तैयार तो क्यों नहीं दिया?
नहीं मेरे पास नहीं, बाकी लोगों का ना वैसे
मेरे को क्यों नहीं दिया वो बताओ।
बाकी लोगों का भी मतलब बड़ा so this is from my presentation side. So thank you Keyur Shah, thank you Motilal Oswal for organizing this presentation, and thank you audience.
सर एक छोटा सा सवाल।
Sir, please.
गिरीश जी, तुम्हारा फाइनेंशियल प्लानर कौन है?
मेरा
तुम्हारा फाइनेंशियल प्लानर कौन
तो
है?
खुद
अभी
Keyur
तक
Shah नहीं है।
हमारा फाइनेंशियल प्लानर।
हाँ
तुम्हारा फाइनेंशियल प्लानर।
हमारा में तुम्हारा भी आ जाएगा सर। हमारा में तुम्हारा भी इनबिल्ट है।
so any questions? Thank you.
उनको दो देना चाहिए।
Nice work.
एक मिनट।